Hello, I'm Shelley Diamond, and I'm Chair Emeritus of Out to Innovate. And I'm here to introduce you to Eliot Vrijmoet. And Eliot is a graduate student at Georgia State University in astronomy. So welcome, Eliot. I'm so glad that you could do this with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm a graduate student at Georgia State University, and I work with a research consortium on nearby stars. And it took me a little while to get here because I did college at Reed College in Portland, Oregon, and then I worked for a while, and then I did some graduate work in San Diego, and then I started my PhD at Georgia State. And so about myself, I came out as transgender about at the very end of my time at Reed College. And then it was a couple years before I did any like transition stuff. And this gave me a couple years of being really aware of how people perceive me and how they perceive each other and the things that we're not seeing. And I bring this up because it's interesting because now with the work I do in astronomy, I'm doing nearby stars and I'm looking at stars that have other stars that you don't actually know that they're there until you look really closely and you take extra data on them. And I think that's the most interesting parallel to me. Like, wow, I've spent a lot of time thinking about this in another context. And here I am doing hidden stars and binary stars. So about myself. So what I'm taking this is eventually I have a lot of ideas. I'm really enjoying the research work I'm doing. And I'm going to be doing a postdoc or two after that. And I'm thinking about what I want to do eventually in the field. And I really like the work I'm doing. And I've been really involved in mentorship work, and I really have liked the teaching opportunities that I've had. So I'm thinking pretty seriously, do I want to take some faculty positions or try for some of those? That would, I think, be what I really would like, but I'm going to keep thinking about it. But otherwise, I really just want something where I'm doing research, I'm staying in astronomy, and I have opportunities to be teaching people and mentoring people one-on-one, because that's what's really bringing me joy about this right now. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. So what has this fellowship meant to you?
Well, I think the most important thing about this is it's highlighting trans scientists specifically. And this is not something that we talk about a lot, at least not in astronomy. And so it's highlighting this important part of people that doesn't usually get highlighted. And for me, this means, for one thing, it's given me a great opportunity to practice being out. I've had conversations with colleagues and collaborators that I never would have had because no one wants to bring any of that up or knows any of this. So it's been a wonderful opportunity for me to practice that. But I mean, more importantly, it's highlighting these people as like potential role models for other people. And for me, this is the most important part, because we have trans astronomers and we have a few that are really out and open about themselves. And those people have been like the most important thing for me as I sort of develop as a scientist, especially because I started in astronomy around the same time that I started coming out. And I think this is significant because when you're just starting out with this identity, it's a really big struggle to like feel like it's not consuming you and to really come to terms with it. And at the same time, if you're also trying to learn how to do science, you think, how am I ever going to be recognized for like my science instead of this defining identity feature? Having this at the same time is hard, especially if with science, when you get started at research, the learning curve is so steep and you think, I'm not doing anything significant. And how is this ever going to be, how am I ever going to become important? So having people that you can look toward is such a big deal. It is saying these people have done it and I identify with them. I can eventually be somebody like this. And so any more people that we can point out, say these are people that you want to pay attention to, is a huge benefit to any field or subfield in science. So for me specifically, it took me a while. I had kind of a little path to get into astronomy. So I'm like, it was really important to me to have these role models. And in the same vein, being like, having someone say that might be becoming one of those role models, or maybe people should like look at me as, it's like, it's the biggest honor, you know, it's, I can't get over it. Say, wow, that's the dream. That's what I want I want to be one of those people that people can look at and be this person that I kind of looked at. So, I mean, to me, it means it's this enormous honor. I mean, I can't get over it. It's pretty great. So
that makes me very happy. It makes all of us very happy at Out to Innovate. And we know that you're going to be successful. The work you're doing is fabulous. And we just wish you the best along the way. So we're here for you. And yeah, just have a wonderful life. And thank you for doing this.
Well, thank you for having me in all of this.